Welcome to a new episode of Actors Are Born, the podcast that explores the lives and careers of those performers who don't just play a part, but inhabit it, transform it, and make it unforgettable. Today, we're shining a spotlight on a face and a voice that are, in every sense of the word, unique in the landscape of world cinema. An enigma wrapped in an almost aristocratic elegance, a master of transformation, capable of embodying the iciest cruelty and the most subtle irony. We're talking about John Malkovich. Who really is John Malkovich? Is he the Vicomte de Valmont, the ruthless seducer in Dangerous Liaisons? Is he the brilliant, psychopathic assassin who challenges Clint Eastwood in The Line of Fire? Or is he simply John Malkovich, as in the surreal masterpiece that bears his name? The answer is that he is all of this, and so much more. To understand his art, we must take a step back. John Gavin Malkovich was born in Christopher, Illinois in 1953. And no, he didn't dream of being an actor as a child. His path was anything but linear. He attended university with the idea of becoming an environmentalist, but his passion for theater took over. In Chicago in 1976, along with a group of friends including Gary Sinise and Terry Kinney, he co-founded a company destined to become legendary, the Steppenwolf Theatre Company. It was a hotbed of talent, a laboratory for experimenting with a visceral, physical, and intense style of acting. It was on that stage that Malkovich honed his style, learning to use every fiber of his being, and especially that unique voice of his, an almost mellifluous whisper that can turn into a sharp-edged weapon. The world of cinema soon took notice of him. His debut was stunning. In 1984, he starred in two films that immediately catapulted him into the pantheon of the greats. The first was Places in the Heart, where he played Mr. Will, a blind boarder who helps a widow save her farm during the Great Depression. A touching, measured role that earned him his first Oscar nomination for Best Supporting Actor right away. In the same year, he played photojournalist Al Rockoff in The Killing Fields, a powerful film about the Cambodian genocide. Malkovich proved he wasn't afraid of complex and politically charged roles. But it was at the end of the 80s that the role that would cement his status as an icon arrived. In 1988, Stephen Frears cast him as the Vicomte de Valmont in Dangerous Liaisons. His performance is legendary. His Valmont is a snake in silk clothing, a bored aristocrat who uses seduction as a game of power and psychological cruelty. Alongside a superb Glenn Close, Malkovich created a character who was both magnetic and repellent at the same time. His slow, almost drawling diction, his gazes filled with calculation and desire became his trademark. He's a villain you love to hate, and cinema would never be the same. The 90s solidified his reputation as an intellectual villain. In 1993, his second Oscar nomination came for In the Line of Fire. Here, he is Mitch Leary, a former CIA agent who wants to assassinate the President of the United States. The film is a breathtaking psychological duel with the Secret Service agent played by Clint Eastwood. Malkovich is simply terrifying, calm, brilliant, unpredictable. Their phone calls are scenes of the highest tension, a back and forth where the real weapon is the word. But reducing Malkovich to a player of villains would be a huge mistake. His career is a constant zigzag between genres and roles. He is the kind-hearted and mentally challenged giant Lenny Small in Of Mice and Men, a role he also directed on stage. He is the insane and charismatic criminal Cyrus the Virus Grissom in the blockbuster Con Air. And then, in 1999, came the film that defies all definition, Being John Malkovich. Written by Charlie Kaufman and directed by Spike Jonze, the film has a brilliant and insane premise. A failed puppeteer discovers a portal that leads directly into the mind of John Malkovich for 15 minutes. The actor, with extraordinary self-deprecation, agrees to play a version of himself, a self that is invaded, used, and commercialized. It's a profound and hilarious reflection on fame, identity, and the desire to be someone else. Few actors would have had the courage and intelligence to lend themselves to such a project. And the man behind the mask? Far from the Hollywood spotlight, Malkovich has always led a private life. After a first marriage to actress Glenée Headley, he met his life partner Nicoletta Peyran on the set of Bernardo Bertolucci's The Sheltering Sky, where she was working as an assistant director. Together they had 2 children and for many years lived in the south of France, far from the media frenzy. He speaks fluent French and feels deeply European. And now for a few fun facts you might not know. John Malkovich is also a fashion designer. He created his own menswear line, first called Uncle Kimono and later Techno Bohemian, a name that, on closer inspection, perfectly describes his style: sophisticated, eccentric, and unconventional. Finally, his voice. That instantly recognizable timbre has been used in countless documentaries, commercials, and even on music albums. It's a voice that mesmerizes, that can soothe or make your blood run cold with the slightest inflection. In conclusion, John Malkovich is not a star in the traditional sense of the word. He has never sought out the leading role at all costs, preferring complex characters, often on the fringes, capable of leaving an indelible mark. He is an intellectual on loan to the cinema, an artist unafraid to take risks, to play with his own image, and to explore the darkest abysses of the human soul. He is the living proof that to be a giant, you don't need to shout. Sometimes a whisper is all it takes. Thanks for listening. Join us next time for another episode of Actors Are Born.